friends, the show starts now. Welcome to the Weekly Roundtable, where the takes are hot and FOMO set to disable. Welcome to the Weekly Roundtable, where friends are made and we all drink that red maple. Break. Juan's got his eyes on the latest somehow. We being forex that make you go wild. Crypto crazy is a man on a mission like a Tesla. He most def got a vision. Weekly Roundtable, we got no cables. Predicting the future using their bagels. Chart is throwing out numbers, no trouble. He finds the gems for real, no struggle. Calculations running through your mind.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on the Roundtable this week. Today is Thursday, December the 5th. It's been a lot of action in the market. If you were following yesterday, Bitcoin crossed that $100,000 threshold. Exciting times today. We had a massive wick, 5-minute candle. We will talk about that and more, followed by some market information and other news going on. Joining me this week, as usual, is Juan G. How you doing this week, sir?
Glad to be back. Definitely enjoyed the holidays last week, and I'm excited to go over this week's news. A lot of good stuff, a lot of scary stuff, and looks like back to normal stuff.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week of news. Last week we did have that quick stream down in the U.S. You guys were celebrating Thanksgiving. Glad to have you back, and let's get back to our regular show. As we mentioned, there's a lot of things we're going to talk about. So I think we should just get right into it. First off with the Bitcoin chart, and then we can kind of go over the news after that. Let's see. Okay. Now, for those who have been watching and following Bitcoin, you see that we were creeping up, and then this week, or last night actually, Bitcoin finally had its run. It went from about 96,000 up to over 100,000. As a matter of fact, it went all the way up to 103, 104 on some exchanges. So that's incredible to see. And then today it kind of held and stuck around that 103,000 mark. But then about an hour ago, something happened. Juan and I off air, we were trying to figure out exactly what the catalyst was, but Bitcoin wicked all the way down to 91,000. As you can see on the chart, it did wick into my liquidity zone that I've had there for quite a while. Seems to be an area that there's strong support for Bitcoin. But literally, it happened like it was a 5-minute wick. I was watching the chart. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was watching it on Bybit. Thought maybe there was something wrong with the chart, but no, it did. It wicked all the way down to 91, and then it recovered slightly and sitting now at 96,606. I believe the price before it wicked down was somewhere around, I think it was around 100,300 or something like that. So it was about a $9,000 candle in a matter of 5 minutes, which is crazy. Juan, when was the last time you saw something like that?
Well, I think I'm gonna call it the holiday nightmare of 2016 or 17, where the price just kept dropping from, I think Bitcoin was like 66,000, and it went down all the way down to 30. So yeah, probably during those times is probably when you saw those big, huge drops. And it's very scary, right? Really weird considering the fact that a lot of positive momentum going. But I think one of the things we discussed, liquidity probably played a huge role in part of the decision. Maybe to kind of go after it, maybe some fear in the market. The fact that the US kind of moved some money into Coinbase and it wasn't a small sum. And usually when you see that, maybe there's a fear of a big sell-off coming from the government, right? Or pieces. There is an exchange of presidents coming. So maybe certain money needs to be distributed prior to the new president taking over. So maybe a little conspiracy stuff there, but I'll say it loudly. Yeah, definitely not sure, but just things to like food for thought. Let's put it that way. Food for thought.
Yeah. My only concern with what happened is when Bitcoin did reach that over 100,000 yesterday, you could tell there was a lot of FOMOing in from retail. And there's a lot of new investors in the crypto space. Now, for any of you out there that are watching, if you are new, what you saw an hour ago is completely normal in a bull market, in crypto in general. It does happen often. Do not let it scare you. Price will recover. Don't do what a lot of other people that are new in the crypto space, what they do is they sell into fear. So when they see the price coming down, they buy. They're like, I'm getting out of this crap. This is garbage. just don't do that. Hold on. Don't trade on emotion. That's the last thing you can do. I'm going to go over a few more little tidbits of information on that, but that's certainly one of the things you should not do. And if you're new to the crypto space, that's completely normal. Don't be freaked out. It's not like it's going to zero or anything. All they're trying to do is shake people out of the market, as Juan alluded to, and the market makers are just trying to take that liquidity. So you know what? Since we're talking about the liquidity, let's go into the liquidation chart that we have here. Now, yesterday, when I took a look at this is the weekly. When I took a look at this, we had longs way up here, like even further. We were up in the billions worth of positions, liquidity in the market on the short side. With that quick little, I'm going to give this a quick refresh, but with that quick dip down to 91,000, it pretty much wiped out. Yeah, you can see here. It pretty much wiped out all of the longs in the market, and then it spiked right back up to where we are now, currently at 96,000. So it needed a flush. The funding rates on the exchanges were way too high. There's a lot of leverage in the market, and that's a number one killer a lot of times when it comes to the crypto markets, is the leverage. And every once in a while, the market makers decide, okay, got to take some of this liquidity out of the market. So they have a little bit of a manipulation. Now, what happened here, for those that aren't familiar, when there's a lot of longs in the market, when the price dips, it liquidates those longs, and then you could have what's called a cascade effect. The price goes further and further down the more liquidations that there are, and then you end up seeing a candle like we saw last hour. So as you can see on the chart here, the long liquidity in the market, liquidations in the market are all but wiped. And now there's a lot of shorts in the market. As you can see there, 1.8, close to 2 billion. So what that normally tells us, Bitcoin could range here for a little while, gain a little bit of strength, and then it might go after that liquidity. As you can see, up here on the high end, we have a lot of liquidity up here in the 104, 105,000 area. So there's a good chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen right away. It could happen in the next day, 2 days, or whatever. It could even be a week. But you'll most likely see price shoot up there, and then it'll scoop up that liquidity as well. So I thought that was an interesting chart to show, because that that was quite the candle. When I was watching it, I was impressed. It's been a long time since I've seen a candle like that. And for any of those that are wondering, the positions that I am currently holding, none of them got liquidated. My entry points are so far down that I don't think they'll ever be touched, at least not for quite a while. Okay. So that's the Bitcoin chart and the liquidation map. All right. So I guess we can touch on the news now. There's a lot of news going on in the market. Okay, I'll start off. As I mentioned about the liquidations, there were, let's see, it says here approximately $1 billion of liquidations were seen in literally, well, now it's been in the last hour. Most of that was Bitcoin, but a lot of the altcoins did follow suit. And if I go up here, let me show this again. Go to the Bybit chart. So as you can see here, there's that wick by Bitcoin, and then Sui didn't really follow it. It did wick a little bit, but as you can see, it recovered nicely. It's back up to $4.24. Sui had a little bit of a stale area where it kind of it lost steam. The price kind of went sideways for a bit. It gained strength, had a little bit of a cool off. All the metrics were reset, and then last night and continuing today, price has gone back up, and there's a catalyst for that possibly. I read today that Phantom Wallet, which is the most popular wallet right now for downloads, believe it or not, on Google Store. I believe so on iOS as well. So Phantom Wallet on the Solana chain is the number one downloaded wallet. Well, they are now going to be integrating and accepting Sui on their network, which is great. Phantom Wallet currently has Solana, obviously, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, and they're going to be adding Sui, which is a good catalyst for Sui, and that could explain part of why Sui has been red hot. Solana was another one that had been cooling off about the same time as Sui, while all of the other coins like XRP and HBAR and the like were pumping. The liquidity was going out of Sui and out of Solana into those coins, and now they have since cooled off, and the money has rotated now back into Solana and Sui. As you can see, Solana there's got a nice little candle going. And then Ethereum was affected by that cascade liquidation almost as much as Bitcoin, but it did recover nice, and it's actually a nice green candle now, whereas Bitcoin is just kind of sitting around. Now, so that was one of the big things on Sui, was the phantom integration of Sui. Let's see, now XRP and all those ISO 20022 tokens that were pumping last weekend for a few weeks before that. You know, I have a theory on that. Juan, I'm not sure what your opinion is, but I believe that a lot of that is because Bitcoin was nearing 100,000, and old retail, maybe retail that was in the last bull market and kind of sold, maybe that they got wrecked or they got out. I think they're starting to return, and they see tokens like XRP and Quant and Render, and there's a few others that are still around, like we call them the OG tokens. IMX, you can throw that in there. XLM was another one. There's quite a few. So they see those tokens are still around. They're starting to do well. You know, they're well below their all-time highs. So they're throwing money into it. And I believe that was another reason why those tokens may have had quite a pump last week and the week prior. Do you have any thoughts on that, Juan?
Yeah, I think I totally disagree. I think that we've become so popular that people are actually taking our advice about taking profits. So a lot of our OGs got in there, got into the Cardanos, got into the XRPs and said, you know what? This guy told me, take my profits, enjoy some of the fruits of my labor. And, you know, some money left the market. And I think rightfully so. When you kind of go up 400%, I think you deserve a little pat on your back to take the family out. So you can have the excuse of buying that new big screen TV that you wanted. So I think that played a huge role. I think people are getting a little savvier. They're not diamond holding. You're not seeing diamond hold commentary everywhere anymore. And I think that's why you don't see a huge dip, right? When you kind of look at how much money left Bitcoin, you didn't see a reflection of that in the other spaces. Yeah, you saw a dip, but percentage-wise, you didn't see the same percent kind of drop, which normally you would see. And you would actually see some coins even get affected even bigger. So to me, that's exciting to see that people are holding on to their money and maybe looking for other value plays, kind of like what you said, right? Some of the tokens maybe have value out there that they want to kind of try out and see, get ready for altcoin season, because it should be happening soon.
Yeah, well, actually, you know, speaking of altcoin season, I know some people are saying that we're not quite there, but there is a chart that we follow. Pretty much everyone that is into crypto and have been for a while, and they look at this chart right here, which is the altcoin season chart. Sorry about my wording. Sometimes I can't speak very well. Give that a refresh. Okay, so as you can see, officially, according to this chart, we are in altcoin season. As you can see up top, it is altcoin season. We are in 84. Anything over a 75 is considered altcoin season. Now, I mean, obviously, we've seen the altcoins have been doing really, really well, some more than others. Yesterday, Render had an hourly pump of, I believe it was 23%. It was a really nice pump to see. Super, IMX, there's a few others that, Sui. And so when you start seeing money flowing into the altcoins and Bitcoin not really doing much, this chart kind of reflects that. Although, you know, Bitcoin did run up to over 100,000 last night. You know, that can happen. Bitcoin will still move up and run even during an altcoin season, but the majority of the money runs into the altcoin. So according to this chart, whether or not it stays up there and it sustains, but we are in quote unquote altcoin season. Last time we got anywhere near this high was back in January, February of this year, when we had that initial pump before the Bitcoin halving, which usually we don't see before the halving, but we happen to see it this year. And then prior to that, it was last bull. We had a little run up in 22, but then before that, it was the last bull market back in 21. So we are in, you know, for all intents and purposes, an altcoin season. We'll have to wait and see if we can maintain the alts running. We'll have to wait and see. Time will tell.
Yeah, I just wondering how that's going to be affected by the fact that the dominance for Bitcoin still went up, right? Like I expected it kind of to go lower, and it looks like, you know, it's still kicking butt. So at the end of the day, if we don't get to a certain level with the dominance, we're still going to have to deal with a substandard altcoin season. It's all about balance and checks and balances, and we still got some time. So, guys, just save those pennies from December for your Christmas gifts. A little free checks from grandma that you guys kind of get. Put that in the little savings account and get ready to purchase some altcoins. And, do some TNA and see what you like out there, right? You should just not buy anything because it looks cute, right? Do some research and see what you feel is worthy for you. So yeah, I think altcoin season is going to be a banger in 2025.
Well, I don't know about you, Juan, but I'm looking at a different chart than you. It looks to me like Bitcoin dominance has fallen off a cliff.
Oh, that's interesting. Is it reflecting the last 2 hours? Is that's why?
This is the daily, actually.
Oh, huh.
Yeah. Bitcoin dominance has fallen off a cliff. It broke through this support at around 60%, and it's now sitting at 55.5%. So the Bitcoin dominance dropping like this, and the altcoin chart here, that's two pieces of data that confirm that we are indeed right now. Currently, it may only last a few days, but typically they last a couple of months. Whether or not this is just kind of a fake out, but as of right now, with the altcoin season rating up at 84 and the Bitcoin dominance dropping like it's fallen off a cliff. Yeah, right now, by definition, we are in an altcoin season.
Well, let's see what happens to that little dip that happened right there, right? So that could just come back down and level off. Sometimes when you see a sell-off like today, it can definitely cause people to get a little squeamish. And some of that money that they maybe have had for altcoins has just been taken away from them. So we'll see. We'll see, right? So all these things play a role. But these are just different perspectives. So people kind of make up their own decision, right? And it'll take some time. I still think that we probably won't see anything really wrapping up for at least another 2 to 3 weeks when it comes to altcoins, and just my personal opinion.
No, I think you're absolutely right. This is, if we are entering altcoin season, this is just the beginning. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is still up there. It's above 50%. I think we won't really see any massive altcoin gains across the board until the Bitcoin dominance gets down to around at least the 50% range. Anything above that, I mean, Bitcoin will still be king. Obviously, it's above half of the entire market cap of crypto. But as it gets further and further down, closer to 50, you'll see the altcoins begin to run. But like you said, we'll see what happens here. I mean, Bitcoin could go on another run and say, no, I'm not done yet. And dominance could go right back up to 60%. So we'll have to wait and see. But this is the daily chart, and it seems to be, what's that, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost a week and a half, straight of decline. So if this continues, well, maybe we are indeed in an altcoin season. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think it's the market needs to decide how kind of wants to end 2024. And I don't think that decision has been made yet. And I think that's what's playing a role right now on whether or not what kind of year we want to have for Bitcoin. And again, that's it. Market makers are the ones who's going to make the decision. Do we want to end at 100,000 plus and roar into 2025? Or do you want to play dead and then wake up in February, right? And kind of just mull it over. So those are decisions only, again, that above our pay grade. There's no amount of TNA that we can do that will determine what a market maker decides in the next couple of weeks. But we can kind of plan for it and be ready for it, and that's all we can do. And just jump when the market starts moving.
Yep, exactly. You got to have your finger on the ins and outs and the happenings of the crypto market, because everything moves so fast that you got to keep up to date. Because if you miss, just a couple of days, for example, just before the stream, you're someone that you've got your finger on the market all the time. You know what's going on. You're one of the guys that you're pretty much aware of the market. And when I had mentioned that Bitcoin wicked down a $9,000 candle, you didn't even know. I mean, you were just away for how long? A couple of hours, and you didn't even realize. It can happen so fast.
I was just taking my shower, getting ready for the stream, just preparing myself, and next thing you know, you're telling me about this 2K drop. I was like, what? 9K drop. I was like, what? And listen, I have my phone ready for alerts, and I didn't even see any of it. I didn't even get the complimentary Coinbase alert. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, it happened so quick that it didn't even register. Yeah, I kind of got a laugh because when I told you, you were like, "What? No."
Yeah, I mean,
Couldn't
I
believe
just
it.
started looking at why. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was crazy. Okay, so moving on, I wanted to. That's pretty much it for news, I think. Is there anything you needed to add? We talked about the Phantom integrating SUI. We talked about the market manipulation, obviously. And then, the other thing I wanted to mention too is Camino. For those that are using the Camino platform on Solana, they are actually going to be launching a swap, which is great news because that was the only thing missing on that whole platform. It's a great platform for liquidity pools and borrowing and lending and Multiply. It has JLP and Jupiter ecosystem, but they're now going to have a swap, which is amazing. And the swap is going to be powered by Pyth network. For all those that are pretty pumped on Pyth, they're a very strong Oracle, and it's going to be powering the new swap on Camino. So that's great news as well. So yeah, any news that we missed, Juan, that you're aware of?
I know Cardano had a nice test run, hitting almost over 1 million TPS. So that's
Oh, wow.
amazing. Yeah. And so that's gonna just kind of propel the marketing, really, right? Because for us in the space, doesn't really mean much because we're not using Cardano in that level, right? But for other people, that kind of opens eyes, like, okay, 1 million TPS, wow, okay, what can we do with that? So that's positive there. I think they also talked about having a hard fork on 2025. So we'll see what that's going to look like, and if that's going to kind of continue to spur Cardano into 2025. So I think there's going to be a vote on it on January 4th. So, but we'll see how that kind of goes off. At least for Cardano having such an effect so early on compared to other blue chips, it's positive for them. XRP, as far as the news, no reason for them to be really quiet. I think everybody's just trying to focus on what the prediction is going to look like for 2025. And I guess they're trying to get ahead of it and see where they can capitalize. So I think that's where people are kind of navigating. Should I invest? What should I not invest? Should I wait? Should I hold? And I think the market has spoken. I think people are just taking the profits and enjoying that. Ripple is still considering launching a stablecoin, a real
Yeah.
stablecoin. Not that XRP was already a stablecoin, but
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I think they are. I think that's going to be launching soon officially. Yeah.
yeah. So again, now that they are free of Gensler, and they're gonna have, I guess, a little leeway on things that they can do or want to do, it's exciting. So we'll just have to see what that looks like. And lastly, gold. Gold is back into that 26K range where it belongs. I see it kind of hovering into that 27 just because it's the holiday season and people are buying gold and massive quantities for jewelry and gifts and stuff like that. And then probably level back down to 26.5 by the time the new year starts. So enjoy the ride. It should be good.
Awesome. Yeah, I've got the gold chart up there now. Looking pretty good. Yeah, it's got a bullish pattern for sure. I mean, that uptrend is it's pretty much mimicking the stock market, Bitcoin, crypto, everything. All assets, both risk on and risk off, and even the safe ones are showing uptrends. And we'll have to see what 2026 brings.
Yeah, I'm hoping that a lot of the people who listen to our channel held on to their gold. That they should have bought it a few weeks ago when Bitcoin was trending up, and I said, "Hey, that's just the market kind of propping up crypto for now, and gold just had to be the sacrificial lamb, but it should be back up." And here we are, $100 back up, and that's one lot. If you just bought one lot during that time, it equates to over $1,000 in your pocket.
Beautiful.
And in less than a week. So good stuff.
Okay, one other thing I want to check before we head on to some other news is the USDT dominance chart. This is another one that we follow. Kind of gives an idea as to whether people are holding on to their stables or they're buying into the market. And as you can see, we did break below this long dated trend line. Like we are going back years and years and years in this trend line, like back to 2018. So it finally broke down, which is a good thing. It just means that there's a lot more money flowing into the market and a lot less in USDT stable. So we'll have to monitor this to see if it keeps breaking down further. But it's once it got below here, yeah, it's just kind of been ranging, but on a slow little downtrend, which is good for the markets anyway. Down to 3.92%, which is we were waiting for it to get down below 4, and it finally has, and we'll see if it stays down below here. So that is some more.
Yeah, exciting times. This is not like bad news for Bitcoin or in any way. When you see a trend like that, it's more of how the market, right, exactly. It's how the market is being divided into separate segments, and it should help people decide where the dollars should go to or should flow to take advantage of some of the market moves that might be coming up ahead.
Exactly. Okay, so I do have a bit of changing topics here. Onto the roundtable we go. I have a little bit of, I wouldn't call it advice because we don't give advice on this channel, but a little bit of personal advice that I took and something I had to learn. I'm sure, Juan, you had to learn as well when you first got into the market. There's a lot of people, a lot of new retail in the market right now. And some of the biggest things biggest mistakes that they are making. For example, today, an hour ago, as we saw on the chart, Bitcoin had that wick crash down to 91,000. Now, human instinct, when something like that happens, is fight or flight. And now, when you're in crypto assets, any kind of risk on asset, the automatic gut feeling or gut reaction when a price drops like that is to sell and run. That's the worst thing you can do. The worst thing that retail can do is they buy into the green candle pumps and they sell into the red candle pumps or dumps. I know it's instinct. I know it's something that you feel that you need to do. But take it from Juan and anyone else who's been in any kind of investing or any kind of, especially in the crypto market over the last several years, do not do that. When you buy an asset, if you're holding an asset and the price begins to dump, your first instinct, it takes a little while to train you, but your first instinct shouldn't be to sell. It should actually be to buy. As the price is coming down, it gives you a better average entry. If you want to wait until you feel that the dump is done, that's fine too, or you can buy on the way down. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, a lot of different strategies. But the number one thing you please do not do is when something is dumping, do not sell. Like, especially when you're in a bull market, if something is dumping, it's just to shake out retail like yourself. The best thing you can do is hold on to your asset. Even if you're too afraid to buy more, that's fine. Just hold on to it because the price will rebound and it will come back up and you will get that euphoric again. Now, the inverse of that, when there is a massive pump in the market, for example, like last night when Bitcoin went on that run from 97,000 up to 104,000 last night, when you see a big green candle like that, do not buy. Do not FOMO in. FOMO meaning fear of missing out. Do not FOMO into a green candle and buy. Wait until it has a bit of a pullback. And the last 24 hours is a perfect example. Last night, Bitcoin went up to 104,000. Today, dropped down to 91. What do you think would have been a better buy? FOMOing into that green candle at around 101, 102,000, or waiting for the pullback today when it went down to 91, albeit it was quick, but buying when it went down there. Right now, Bitcoin is up over 96,000. So you'd be up already 5,000. The Bitcoin price up 5,000 from your buy if you were able to catch the bottom of the wick. So those are the two biggest things I can tell any newbie into the crypto space is do not trade on emotion. That's the worst thing you can do. Do not sell into red candles and do not buy into green candles. If I can't teach you anything else, or if you don't take any other information from this stream, from Juan and I, let that be at least one of them. Did you have any comments on that, Juan, before I move on?
Yeah, I'm going to give a slightly different perspective on everything you said, because everything you said is 100% true. My different perspective is just the importance of preparation, right? Let's say you were that guy, you listen to our stream, you're excited, you know what, I'm going to buy Bitcoin. And you get in at 90,000, right? and now it pumps, and now you're at 103. Are you the guy without that stop loss on? Or were you prepared and say, hey, I look at what the market does, and when it does drop, it seems to drop around 2, 3K, 4K. So I'm going to set my stop loss around this price. So that way, if it does hit this price, I'm still happy. And if it falls lower than I expected, I'll just take my profits, and not my real cash anymore, just my profits, and reinvest back into Bitcoin, right? That's preparedness. And it's a big difference, like you said, than buying on a green wick, or a green candle, and being prepared to say, okay, you know what, this is a discount. And we need to see coins and charts as, where is my discount? And if you were prepared, and congrats to those who set their stop losses, maybe got wiped out, but walked away with profit, right? Did you buy back in at that $91,000 price point? Because right now you would be happy.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're back up 6K. And that's called preparedness, right? And that's what I want people to be. This is not a luck game, and luck does play a role, but preparedness helps you so much. And just readying and not overreacting, right? Because you're ready. Okay, this happened, cool. Made some money, yay. What am I gonna do next, right? So if anything you walk away from this conversation and from this video, is really how important doing some regular TNA and being prepared for market moves. Just doing some, what happened last year, what happened 2 years ago, when the market decided to move, how did we recover, right? And then that way you can get in on these discounts, because that's what I call them, right? When you see a 9K drop, 10K drop, it's a discount.
Oh, yeah.
DCA is a word that people are afraid of, but it does help, like you said, offset your losses. It does help offset or give you more value to what you own. So don't be afraid to be prepared and shift when the market shifts. Be agile. And that's it for me.
That's great advice. And that goes for, whether you're spot trading or leverage trading. I mean, you got to make sure you have, you trade risk profile, you have a plan, do your TA, make sure you understand the price action of a certain token, whatever it is you're going to be spot or leverage trading on. Now, that's a perfect plug, actually. Juan, as you know, we do have a sponsor for the channel now, which is great news. I love it. They reached out to me, and that platform is Bitunix. I've been using them for a long time. So when they got a hold of me and said, hey, would you mind if we sponsor the channel, and there's an affiliate link and everything, I jumped at it. So I was like, yep, I will of course promote your platform, because I use it. It's seamless. So here it is. Here it's Bitunix. I'll just go over it real quick. You can do spot trading, hundreds of tokens. You can do copy trading, leverage trading, paper trading, whatever you want. There's an app you can get on your phone. It's bitunix.com. There will be a link in the description if you want to use my affiliate. You end up saving on trading fees if you use the link. I always said that I wasn't going to promote anything on this channel, but if it's something that I actually use and enjoy, then of course I have no problem doing it. So that's Bitunix. Great exchange. No VIP needed. No KYC needed. You can trade pretty much from anywhere. Just sign up, your email, password, and you're good to go. Deposit your funds, USDT, and away you go. So that's enough of that. I didn't want to do too much of a plug, but like I said, the link will be in the description. So the other thing I wanted to do, there's a lot of newbies coming into the, I hate using that word, and I apologize if that offends you, but the crypto lingo, we call you newbies, but I guess we'll call you new investors to the cryptocurrency space. But one of the things that a lot of people come on, they don't even know how to get started. So I don't want to go into too much detail, but quickly, I did want to mention that right now, one of the most searched wallets when it comes to crypto is Phantom on the Solana network. And now go share here. So Phantom is the wallet that you can just download either on your PC and then download the Chrome extension, or they have an app for mobile. Easy to do. You just type in phantom.app. Come here. You can download for Chrome. There's little tutorials. It's real easy to use. You can also trade Ethereum, Bitcoin, and as we mentioned in the news, that Sui is going to be integrated with Phantom as well. It's the most widely used. You can trade NFTs, all the hottest meme coins. Meme coins are the biggest thing in crypto right now. Slowing down finally. That liquidity is moving into the major alts, but meme coins have been huge, and of course Solana has been the network that everyone has gone to. Magic Eden, they have one of the biggest NFT platforms. Very easy to use, very intuitive, very safe to use. No worries about phishing attacks or anything like that. An internal browser that you can use for anything to do with crypto. So real easy to use. Now I have a tutorial. There's a in the link in the description. My good friend Chris over at DeFi Club on Telegram, he has this DeFi University. Basically what it is, it's a free platform. There is a membership that you can purchase or subscribe to, which gives you a little bit more info, but this is a free tool that you can use. And over here there is message board. Oh. That's going to sign in. I thought I was already in, so we're at home. Okay, so there's a bunch of articles, liquidity pool of the week. There's different things on information, like for example Sui, Solana, meme coin articles, and then I don't know why it keeps asking me to sign in. I thought I was already in. Oh, now it's going to give me a hassle. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to do that. But if you log on to here, just sign up with your email and password, and then you have access to all of this stuff. And as I said, there is a paid version, which if you want to pay, I think it's $4.95 a month. Then you get personal one-on-one. You get there's videos and stuff that you can watch, and you can even have like video calls with Chris and get more information on everything that you need. I'm going to stop sharing this. One sec. I'm going to see if I can get in. I'm not sure why it's not letting me in. I want to show the article, so give me a second here.
In the meantime, just to kind of add a couple of tips here, if you guys are opening new wallets and creating new stuff, don't forget that Phantom will part of the process is creating a recovery phase and seed phrases and all this stuff. Don't ever share it. It happens so many times. It is the season where people DM you. Oh, you have a problem? Sure, I'll help you. What's your seed phrase? You don't ever share it. Heck, don't even share it with the misses or the misters. Put it safe, secure. Don't even keep it digitally if you don't have to. Write it down somewhere. Put it in the safe. Forget it ever exists. Only use it when you need to access stuff. This because if we're all going to be creating new, wallets, support Solana, which is a great chain. Safety first, right? Make sure that we can do that. And lastly, and for those people who love their ledgers, it is supported on Phantom, so that's also pretty cool. So for those who want to kind of keep their stuff off chain. All right, here we go. You're ready. Awesome.
Yes, sir, I am. Thank you for that. First, I got Black Hat Syndicate. He's saying probably too late to hear what's on Iran CBDC. I'm not familiar with that. Iran is thinking about doing a CBDC.
Again, I kind of in the same boat you are. I did not hear that.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear anything about that either. I'll have to do some info on that or research on that. I'll have to get back to you on that, Black Hat. I hadn't really heard anything on that. Okay, so back here's the DeFi University. I finally got back on. So here's the homepage. As I said, you can go through all the different articles up top. Gives you an about, learn, chat, membership, etc., etc. I'm going to go to the message board, which is where I will post most of mine. There's all kinds of articles in here. Everything from, what is base network, Doge as a payment, the death spiral, ETF impacts, you name it. There's so much information in here. But the one I wanted to focus on today was this one here, how to set up a new crypto wallet for all the new investors. It goes over step by step exactly what you need to do to be able to open up a new crypto wallet. And of course, as you mentioned down here, it says the same thing. Never share your private key or seed phrase. It doesn't matter if it's your best friend, your brother, it doesn't matter who it is. The only exception I would make to that, maybe Juan, you would agree, is if you are, heaven forbid, it doesn't happen, but if you are on your deathbed, then maybe you could share that your seed phrase with someone so that they have access to your funds. But other than that, never. And then always use a hardware wallet for long-term storage and regularly update your wallet software. So going over this real quick, choose the wallet, choose the type of crypto wallet. So like I said, as I mentioned earlier, if you want to use Solana, Phantom is the number one used on the Solana chain. So choose your wallet. A secure way to store cryptocurrencies offline, such as Ledger or Trezor. So if you want a hardware wallet, that way you take your crypto off chain and your keys, your crypto. No one has control of it. No one can get it. It's kind of like storing your funds in a locked vault where no one else can get to it. There could be no hacks and no to get at it. And then there's mobile wallets, like I said, like Phantom and Trust Wallet, MetaMask, or other ones. There are other wallets that kind of that are compatible with all chains. Like Trust Wallet is a good example. Base, Ethereum, BNB, Bitcoin, Solana, Sui. It doesn't matter what it is. You can use that one. Whereas the Phantom Wallet is
I think they also support Chrome, right? So for those who like to have their shopping experience simplified, it integrates with the Chrome browser as well. So and then all your stuff shows up there, and you can make your purchases as you see fit. So really easy to use.
Exactly. Okay, and then once you do install a lot of these wallets on your PC, you can add the Chrome extension, and then you have it quick access at all times. So you download and install the wallet you want. Visit the official website, App Store or Google Play, to make sure that the app for your mobile is legit and is there. Make sure it's secure and verified. Download and install, create the wallet. So all you do there is you click on create wallet. On all of these on-chain wallets, it's pretty much the same thing. You create a new wallet, it'll create a wallet for you, and then it'll give you a seed phrase anywhere from 12 or 24 words. Keep that in a safe place. It's better if you memorize, but I mean, memorizing 12 or 24 words is not very easy. So if you do need to write it down somewhere, write it down and then put it somewhere secure and safe, somewhere that only you know where it is. Maybe if you have a fireproof safe at home or something like that, somewhere where it can be only accessed by you. And you will need that seed phrase, because if you ever do change phones, get a new computer, whatever it is, and you need to access that wallet, you will need that seed phrase to be able to recall that wallet. Because if you lose that seed phrase, all the funds that are in that wallet are gone. Poof. It's impossible to get it back without that seed phrase. So it's very, very important. Okay, set up security. You can create a PIN, your thumbprint or security. Google Authenticator is another one that is a high level of security. That way, if you do any transactions, it can only be approved by you, whether it be your fingerprint or whether it be a passcode or PIN or the Google Authenticator. Always recommended for maximum security. And then send funds to your wallet. Now, if you're not sure how to do that, there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube, but you simply go to whatever, if you want to transfer Ethereum into your wallet, go click on the Ethereum, there's a wallet address, and you use that address to send it from either another wallet or what have you. So watch tutorials on that if you have never exchanged funds or sent funds to your wallet. It can be tedious. It can be a little bit confusing the first time. Some wallets are a little bit more difficult than others, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not that hard at all. But make sure that when you do transfer funds, you double check at least the first 4 and the last 4 numbers of the wallet to make sure it is the correct one you're sending it to, and make sure it is the correct chain. Because I have fell victim before. If I sent USDT to, say, my Ethereum wallet, not realizing that I'm sending it from crypto.com, so the USDT is on Sol, it's lost. I mean, you got to make sure it's the proper chain. Not everything is like that. Some things, actually, you know what? I think USDC and USDT might be universal. It sends it to the proper chain no matter what. But there are some tokens that can be on multiple chains, and if you send it to the wrong wallet, wrong chain, the funds could be lost. So that's something else to keep in mind. I've done that too as well. So a lot of things in crypto, Juan, as you can attest to, you learn by making the mistakes.
I'll tell you this, man. I'm so happy that we have something that's easy. I remember the days of trying to buy BNB, and I would buy like Bitcoin on Coinbase, shift it over to like a different exchange, convert it on that exchange to like BNB, and then go from there and send it over to my Trust wallet. and it was like, God, I don't know how much money I lost just trying to get that process correct. And here now you can just send Solana from straight from Coinbase into your Phantom wallet and exchange it for like a stable coin and hold it there, and for whatever future uses you may have. This is so much simpler, so much easier than what we used to go through back in the day when crypto wasn't as ubiquitous as it is today.
Yeah, it's a lot easier now, that's for sure. Black Hat says here, Tangent Wallet is one I've been checking out, like a cold wallet, but a card or a ring for your hand. That's pretty cool. That's actually really interesting. I've heard of Tangent, but I've never looked into it. I haven't done any research on it. Actually, I did want to ask you, Black Hat, I don't know if you've used it. I don't think you have, but the Elapal wallet that you won right here on the channel, did you end up using that? Did you give it to a family member, or did you do any research? How is that wallet? I've kind of wondered that. And he says, I've been through the ringer, the school of crypto hard knocks myself. Yeah, I think we all have been. Unfortunately, learn in this space is by experience.
Yeah, you learn by trial by fire, right? And sometimes we're the ones who get burned.
Been a great club, dude. You too, Black Hat. You're one of the best. Okay, so continuing with our little tutorial here. Okay, so fund your wallet. Make sure you get everything correct. And then you can check your balance, make sure you get the right amount in your wallet, and then start using it. A lot of wallets, a lot of the good ones, the on-chain wallets, not the hardware wallets, you can access dApps right through the browser in that wallet app, which is the best way to do it because they connect seamless. You don't have to use Wallet Connect or anything like that. And most of the time you're using secure sites, which is something else you have to worry about, but that's a whole nother video. Just be careful that what you are using is the legit site, links from their actual Twitter or Telegram, and it's not from some scammer that has DM'd you. Those are the worst. Never click on links if you are sent in DM. It's the only thing I can recommend on that. And then just dabble, check it out. Explore the wallet, how it works, and the different functions on it, and then go from there. And then, as we had mentioned, never share your seed phrase, and hardware wallets are always the best. So I guess before you download a wallet, it's best to kind of get an idea of what chain you want to use, and then use the wallet on there. So for Solana, Phantom is probably the best. For Sui, you have a couple different ones. You have the Sui wallet, which is native, and you also have what is that? Kepler, or is it SafePal? SafePal, sorry, not Kepler. Kepler is for injective. SafePal. Those are the two biggest ones for off-chain wallets or online wallets, I guess you can call them. So that's just a quick tutorial on that. I wanted to make sure that the new crypto investors understood that on exactly how to get in and how to set up a wallet. If you have any questions, always be sure to you can always message here on the YouTube channel on this video. Any questions you may have, and myself or Juan or whoever will be more than happy to answer. I have it about to use it for a current project. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, for those that don't know, Black Hat, we did a giveaway. Geez, almost been a year now, hasn't it? I think so. Close to a year anyway. We did a hardware wallet giveaway, an Elapal wallet giveaway, and Black Hat ended up winning that. So yeah, glad to hear you're actually going to use it. Let me know what the experience is like, because I've never used that one, but it looked pretty cool. That's for sure. I know it was hard for Glenn to give it away, so you got lucky on that one.
Yeah, that's awesome when we can help others kind of get into their, or a great start to their crypto journey, and take advantage of safety, right? Because one of the things that we're always afraid of in the crypto space is just getting rocked because we forgot something, or didn't lock something up, or didn't set up the two-factor authentication. So all those things are like highly important when you want to kind of start your crypto journey, like safety first. And just kind of speak on safety. Again, it just bears repeating for those who have Telegram or Discord and stuff like that, and are trying to educate themselves by various sources and social media. There are always those who want to take advantage of you, and they're going to ask and pretend to be others. Most spaces have rules like they will never DM you directly, right? Anybody who normally wants to kind of reach out to you will kind of maybe ask permission in the space you're in first. Hey, is it okay for me to reach out to you? I'll have a question for you, or can you help me out with this? And then maybe you'll take that topic offline.
Right.
Never respond to just random people.
No.
They're not there to help you, no matter what they offer.
99% of the time, it's a scam.
Yeah. Very rare where someone's out there genuinely trying to be helpful, respectful, caring, and want to do the right thing by you. So just keep an eye out for those things. It's that season, and just like it's Christmas for them. It's Christmas for them.
Yep.
So let's not be their gifts. Just best advice I can give for this time of the year.
Yeah, if we can help at least one person not get scammed, because this happened to me when I first got into crypto. I was mainly on the Kronos chain. I was doing LP pools in MNF Finance, which was new back then, and it was one of the biggest ones on the Crow chain. And I had someone DM me because I mentioned in their Telegram group that I was having an issue with transferring from one pool to another. I got a DM. I thought it was somebody from their team. And he gave me a link to click, and he would look into it. And I clicked the link, and my LP pool got completely drained. So, I mean, when you're new, you don't know it. It looks legit. All I can tell you, if you are new, do not click on any links from anyone who DMs you first. That's plain and simple. Like Juan said, if you're having a conversation in the main chat and someone's trying to help you that's legit from the team, and then you take it into DM, that's totally different. But never reply to anyone who DMs you out of the blue, because it is 99.9% of the time a scam.
Yeah, one of the best ways to kind of identify these things is a lot of and if you're in Telegram, a lot of people who reach out to you actually use both their first and last name, like 80% of the time. So that's, I don't know, anybody who uses Telegram and uses it for social media consumption, right? The majority don't use their first and last name with a picture profile and everything, like ready to go. On Discord, what you'll see is people use the same name as the owner or a mod, and then when you look it up, there's a little change, like an extra S, a little dot period at the front, something that differentiates from the person who actually is the leader or the mod. So paying attention to that, if you kind of want to make sure who did what or who's doing what, those are good tips and tricks to kind of safeguard your funds.
And one last point to that, not to be, I'm not going to be like stereotypical or anything like that, but a lot of times these scammers, when they do DM, the way they speak is clearly English is not their first language, let's just say.
Agreed.
So that's another way you can tell that they are scamming you, is because they're probably overseas somewhere, East India or something like that. So 9 times out of 10, they're definitely going to be a scammer. See, Black Cat. Yep, all Phantom wallets drained by what I thought was a mod. Even Black Cat got caught with it. That sucks, buddy. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it didn't happen with his lapel wallet, that's for sure.
Yeah, it won't happen through that. Exactly. And he says, ask for help through a ticket. That's a great idea. If you're on Discord, opening up a ticket and asking for help through there is the best way. That way, you're going to be mentioning or communicating with somebody from the team. That's a great point, Black Cat. And then he says, if you ask for help, server and get message offering help that looks like a mod from that group, double check. Yeah, always make sure you double check. Okay. Any last words, Juan, before we wrap this up? We were at 53 minutes. It's been a good stream. A lot of information, a lot of good and bad news. The markets have been very volatile, but what do you expect when Bitcoin pops over $100,000? I mean, we hit that milestone. I did a live stream last night while it crossed over 100,000, just showing the chart, nothing major, but it's quite the milestone.
Oh man, tis the season, right? This is the time that we've all kind of been waiting for and hoping for. 100K. And Bitcoin did Bitcoin things, right? It went up, went down. Some people laughed, some people cried. And all we can do is, like I said, prepare ourselves and be agile, right? These moves are always going to be constant, and it's normal for Bitcoin to have these type of moves. And here we are, right? Like that's what it is. And I'm hoping that going forward, we'll just continue to prepare ourselves and be ready for the next part of the wave, right? Which should be altcoin season, and just again keep your finger on the pulse of the market.
Yeah, and I mean, us in crypto, we have very short-term memories. Let's not forget that 1 month ago, Bitcoin was at 68,000, and we are now at 96, 97. We did cross 100,000 last night. Like, that's unbelievable. That is, pretty much it went straight up. And the old saying, "What goes up must come down." So today's little wick correction was long overdue. Let's just hope that was enough to flush the market, and now we can kind of, maybe stabilize a little bit on Bitcoin and have some alts do massive runs. But it's exciting. Looking forward to it. Next week we will be back again, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern or thereabouts, and we'll see what happens this coming week.
Yeah, agreed. Can't wait.
Looking forward to it. And before, sorry, Black Cat. Before we head out, I want to one more time mention. I thought I was showing it. Oh, there we go. If you are looking for an exchange and you are a leverage trader, make sure you know what you are doing. Don't just jump in head first. But if you do know what you're doing and you're looking for an exchange with no KYC or no ID or verification or anything like that, and can be traded anywhere, try Bitunix. The link is in the description. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks, Juan, for joining me again. And we'll see everybody next week.
Will do. Can't wait.
Good night, everybody.